Our story today is about a great love immortalized by history between the walls of a historical landmark considered one of the 7 wonders of the world. The Taj Mahal and its heroes Queen Mumtaz Mahal and Shah Jahan. Queen Mumtaz Mahal, whose name means the beloved, ornate palace, and this name is her nickname. Her real name is Arman Banu Begum. She is the daughter of a Persian family. She is the wife of one of the famous kings of India, Shah Jahan. The Sultan married her during the reign of his father, Nur Jahan, when she was 20 years old. She gave birth to 4 sons and 3 daughters. It is said that she was rare good and beauty. Queen Mumtaz Mahal died in 1631 and was buried in the town of Zabinabad. Then her body was transferred to the Taj Mahal in Akbarabad. Her husband, Shah Jahan, was buried next to her after his death. The sermon of Shah Jahan and Mumtaz Mahal lasted from 1607 until 1612. And during these 5 years of sermon Shah Jahan married his first wife, Princess Kandahar Begum. And when Mumtaz Mahal reached the age of 19, she married Shah Jahan, thus becoming his second wife. Shah Jahan also married his third wife after a period of his marriage to Mumtaz Mahal. But historians have mentioned that his marriages were purely political alliances, and that Mumtaz Mahal was his inexhaustible love. Shah Jahan was so taken by Mumtaz Mahal that he hardly ever met his other wives. Mumtaz Mahal was his lover, girlfriend, constant companion and even his advisor in matters of governance and politics. The emperor also granted to his beloved wife what he did not grant to anyone else in terms of expense and material privileges. The residence of other emperors' wives was not decorated with pure gold and precious stones, and rose water fountains were not made except in the gardens of the Mumtaz Mahal palace. He was unable to stay away from her, to the extent that he accompanied her with him on all his trips, conquests and military campaigns, despite her frequent pregnancy. The couple together. When Shah Jahan came to the throne in 1628, he chose Mumtaz Mahal to be the Mughal empress, bypassing his first wife. Mumtaz Mahal's reign on the throne of the empire was short, not exceeding 3 years, due to her early death. Mumtaz Mahal did not have any political ambitions. Despite the prestigious position she assumed in the Mughal state and the great powers that were in her hands, she took care of the poor and needy and provided them with gifts. And she sponsored a number of poets, scholars and talented people who distinguished themselves in her time. When Shah Jahan assumed the throne, he consulted his wife in all state affairs, as she worked as a close advisor to him in matters of government and war. And her intercession was sufficient for the emperor to forgive his enemies or relieve them of sentences that might amount to death. Not only that, rather, he also gave her his imperial seal, with which she ratified all decrees related to the internal and external affairs of the empire. In other words, she participated with him in ruling in all its details. The empress died of severe hemorrhage during the birth of her 14th child, after a long labor that lasted about 30 hours in 1631, at the age of 38. Her body was temporarily buried in the city of Burhanpur in a walled garden known as Zinbad on the bank of the Tapti River. In the aftermath of the emperor's bereavement with his late wife, it is said that he grieved with grief. His hair turned grey, changed his facial features, and bowed his back, as he remained in complete isolation for a whole year. And it was said that his eldest daughter Jahanna Begum was able to gradually release her father from this grief, to recover his health and decide to build one of the greatest edifices. Historicism in the Islamic world, the Taj Mahal.